Here's where we're going to mention this qissa. It was narrated to us, and I sought permission from my brother and teacher, the brother Rashid Barbary, before I narrated the story to y'all. And I'm going to narrate the story, which he narrated to me, about something which occurred when he was in Damaj in Yemen. When he was in Sheikh Mukbil's camp there in Yemen, jinn possession was something that the people would see often. And they knew what it was. They can identify it. And we see it here, but a lot of people don't know what it is. So they call it other than what it actually is. But he mentioned how, while he was there, it was quite often that the people would be performing ruqya upon the people and so on and so forth. And there was a young brother whose brother was a sahir. He was a magician. And he was along with his brother, practicing magic and the likes. But the young brother repented, made tawbah, and he began seeking knowledge and learning, and he left the path of his brother. His brother got angry at him, and he put some jinn upon him. And so the jinn possessed him. And it would be times, he mentioned, that they would be in the salah, and as soon as the person leading the prayer started reciting, the young brother, he would break out of the front row and start running around the masjid, screaming. And he mentioned that some of the brothers came together and said they're going to recite over him. And so they had him in a room, and there were various brothers that were there reciting over him. And one of the brothers who was reciting over him, he challenged the jinn. Once the jinn started speaking upon his tongue, he told the jinn to leave him. And the jinn said no. So he challenged the jinn and said, well, leave him and come to me. The jinn said, I can't. The brother said, why? He said, because you are Hafid of the Quran. You memorize the entire Quran. And so another brother in the rooms challenged the jinn as well, said, leave him and come to me. He said, I can't. He said, why? He said, because you are also Hafid of the Quran. And there was a third brother in the room who was not Hafiz. He said, well, I'm not a Hafiz, leave him and come to me. He said, I can't. He said, why? He said, because you always say the morning and evening adhkar. And our brother Rashid, he mentioned how this brother who the jinn said that to, he would see him every morning in the masjid sitting still as though he's a statue after Fajr prayer, saying his morning adhkar. Every morning. Alright? So this is an indication that being upon your adhkar, the adhkar of the morning, adhkar of the evening, adhkar when you enter the marketplace, adhkar when you put your clothes on, when you take your clothes off, when you use the bathroom. You're constantly in a state of protection from the likes of these issues by the permission of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. So the morning and evening adhkar, they are a protection by the command of Allah.